What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be discussing some current events, and you'll probably be able to tell from the title. We'll be talking about Jayz, the NFL, Colin Kaepernick, and this whole fiasco. So basically, just me giving you my particular take on this topic. So let's get into it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure everyone knows by now, this is like national news. Years ago, I think 3 years ago, Colin Kaepernick, decided to take a kneel during the national anthem as his way of protesting, the police brutality that was occurring in the country at the time. And as a result of him taking that particular stance, he has then been unable to receive another contract by any of the 32 NFL teams, okay, despite, being very qualified. Let's not forget, Colin led the 49ers to a Super Bowl appearance, and I don't know his age, but this occurred pretty much in the prime of his career. So that then led to the acknowledgement that he had indeed been blackballed by the NFL. Colin Kaepernick filed a lawsuit, stating this, and along that time, a lot of people came out in his support. One of those being the man himself, Jayz, basically just calling for others to boycott the NFL, choosing not to participate in the Super Bowl and things of that nature. So recently, this week, Jayz signs on to become, I don't know the official name, but I think it's like a social justice reformer for the NFL, or media specialist regarding. So basically, to some extent, Jayz is going to help with social justice issues regarding the NFL, and help decide what acts, musical acts, the NFL selects for its events. And this caused much controversy. For the first time in my lifetime, I've seen Jayz attacked and called a sellout, and there are just a lot of people who are divided on this topic. And I would say, the biggest thing that I want to say here is when I got wind of the news, you have to read, people. Knowledge is power. The more you read, the more you're aware of things. I'm going to bring you through my thought process when I heard this. I'm like, because you hear the news and then there's a press conference, Jayz's chummy with, the commissioner and things like that. It doesn't look good, man. It don't look good. But initially when I heard the news, the 48 Laws of Power came to mind. And if you've never read the 48 Laws of Power, I think it's a great read. It's just things that, you need to know in order for yourself to maneuver and understand how others are maneuvering. You will, if you read the 48 Laws of Power, you will recognize every single one of these moves within others, and therefore you can use it to your benefit as well. So that came to mind, and a couple of them regarding the 48 laws, one of them being always conceal your intentions, right? So my initial thought was like, okay, Jay has infiltrated the system. Okay, he's gonna get in there, and then he's gonna make change or whatever. Another one of the laws says never outshine the master, or never let your enemies see you sweat or anything like that. Kind of like the saying, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Then there's another one where I didn't initially think of this, but it has context. Is like don't hold anybody, friends, too close, because friends will betray you or whatever. So that one's interesting because to some extent, people are looking at Jayz as he betrayed Colin Kaepernick. And I already told you initially, I looked at it in the sense of like Jay's infiltrating. He has deeper motives with this. So I will say this. First thing I will say, I don't think Jay-Z did this for money. As we all know, he is the first hip-hop billionaire, okay? Outside of this deal with the National Football League, he is worth $1 billion. His wife is Beyonce. He's doing pretty well for himself, okay? So I don't think this is to make more money. Like, this is gonna get me from 50th on the list to 40th. No, I don't think it's anything about that. If you look at it with a deeper perspective, I do believe that to some extent he is trying to infiltrate the system. He believes that, okay, if another saying, you can't beat them, join them, right? In order to bring about any type of change, you have to get familiar faces within those places, right? To have a voice. You know, you could start off like the worker, but through promotions and stuff, you know, you're eventually a manager, and where you weren't involved in company decisions, you'll be involved in company decisions, okay? So I don't know exactly everything that Jay-Z's position entails, but another one of the 48 laws is protect your reputation. And come on, I don't think Jay would make this move without thinking this through. I think he foresaw everyone attacking him and understanding how it looks, you know? So, but sacrifice is the name of the game for any monumental change to be had. You know, a sacrifice has to be made. So to some extent, he's sacrificing his reputation for this. And I don't think that he would take this on if he wasn't going to have a reasonable amount of a voice within, you know, NFL dealings, okay? Now, you gotta understand, Jay-Z doing this doesn't mean he can necessarily get someone to sign Colin Kaepernick, but what he can do is, through this position, get more people who look and believe in the things that Colin Kaepernick believes in other positions within the NFL, which over time can create a bigger change, okay? Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was the world, right? Change takes time, and there's always a sacrificial lamb, okay? So I'm not here to praise Jay. I'm here to give a very objective look at this situation. Now, let's tune to the other side of why he's catching this flack, and I more so look at it in the continued flaws of people's perceptions and a fault of social media. I haven't really watched that interview. I saw a whole that he did with the commissioner and things like that. I just saw little clips and I saw pictures, and you know, if you in this day and age with memes and stuff, if you just take a picture of that meeting and he's laughing with Goodell, you could just assume they're like, fuck Colin. You know, it makes Jay look like a traitor, okay? But you know, perception is not always reality, okay? And going back to what I said before with the 48 laws of power, if he's really making a power move, there are certain things that he has to do in order for this to come about, okay? So my whole thing is, like with people, you're entitled to feel how you feel, but I just think we all need to take time to filter things out and think about them deeply instead of just assuming. We have to understand the power of social media, and a person who is not very strong-minded can easily be swayed by the opinions of others. I know without a doubt, because of who Jay is, when you first read the headline, you're happy for Jay. You're like, oh shit, like Jay's messing with the NFL. Then you see the others who have said he's turned his back on Colin. But what if you're supporting them and then you're like, oh, fuck that nigga. That's people these days. And that's not how a free thinker operates. You have to really sit there and digest stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying what Jay's done is the best thing to do, but I can formulate an understanding of why he did it. You know, does it look good? Hell no, because at the end of the day, Colin has been treated like a nigga, straight up. Like, get out of here. But at the same time, throughout the NFL, there are others that are being treated the same way. They're just still able to use them. Ray Rice was blackballed from the NFL as well, okay, when he encountered his situation. Alright, so put it like this. Everyone is still, there are still black men who play professional football. And if you're going to ostracize or, you know, criticize Jay-Z, you have to do that to those men as well. But I understand Jay really, you know, he stood behind this cause, which makes me really, everything I said, this has to be a part of a bigger plan. Now, only time will tell, right? Months from now, year from now, if no change is in effect, then, you know, you have more ground then to say Jay is a sellout or whatever. But in these first couple of days, this is just another social media witch hunt. So that's why I want people to focus on it. I want you to be more aware of how you think and how social media influences you, okay? And then the next thing I'll say this. At the end of the day, money talks. So let's just hypothetically say, maybe Jay said, fuck it, I want the money, right? On the same side, with the lawsuit that Colin filed, he did a settlement. He never took it to trial. He took some money, and we don't know. And I think that money was basically for him to, you know, be quiet. Okay, it was hush money. And to some extent, if you really want to be technical, you could say by him accepting that money, is him sealing his fate. Now, that's just an objective fact right there. Do I want to see Colin Kaepernick back in the NFL? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do I think it's wrong what they're doing to him? Hell yeah. But at the end of the day, he took that money, and you got to understand the ramifications that comes with that money. All right? So every decision, you know, you make has consequences behind them. Who knows how things would have went if he fought, he took it to trial and said, no, I deserve a fair shot. We just don't know. But he took the money. So once again, if you want to be mad at Jay if you're looking at it like he just took the money, you gotta look at the other side and say Colin took the money as well, too. So as always, it's never really, it's no right or wrong. It's just is what it is. All right. So this is my little spiel on this particular topic, Jay-Z, the NFL, Colin Kaepernick. All right, feel free to let me know what you guys are thinking. Share this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. Till next time, peace.